Howdy ho ho, my good humans. How the hell are you doing? This is unnecessary rambling. It's time for the most important video, the most important topic that we've ever discussed here in the history of unnecessary rambling. Loon and I, we were about to do our Xbox showcase predictions, but we were discussing in the middle of our podcast our 800-hour long ramble fest. We came up with the idea of doing a developer draft, and we were like, dude, a developer draft sounds so damn fun. So we just kind of scrapped
Yeah,
we're gonna do the showcase predictions next week, but
yeah. Well,
we're
we
like,
thought, instead of, watching Microsoft and them having the unlimited money, why don't we take the reins and have unlimited money? So, you know, screw them and their predictions until next week.
absolutely. And I mean, the showcase is a month away, so next week would be perfect. 3 weeks of build up for people to tune
Next week
in
we'll
and
announce who we're shutting down
yeah, that unfortunately
to
that's the
improve our
trend.
quarters. Oh God.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna actually we'll go ahead and show the people what we're working with. Always got to share the homework. All right. Loon, can you see it on your screen?
Yep, we're all
Now,
good.
now tell me this. If I pull up my other notes app, can you see that? So is it just the
No, I don't think so.
okay?
Unless it's hiding underneath me.
All
No,
right, hold on. I'm gonna move it and you tell me.
no.
Okay. So I don't want to I don't want to give Loon away my candidates here for who I'm looking to draft. He can't be looking at my notes. So what you see here, we got our developer draft. We're looking at the best developers in the video game space, and we're in this hypothetical scenario where if we had unlimited funds, which developers would we draft? And so we got it sectioned off. We got Loon's team here, my team here, and we have AAA, AA, Indie, and Revival. So we are going to be reviving, or we're going to be reviving two teams, correct, Loon?
Yep, two revivals.
We'll be reviving two teams, selecting three indie teams, selecting three AA teams, and three AAA teams to build our publisher or to build our if we had unlimited funds, if we could create a video game company, these are the teams we would be selecting immediately. So we're not going to be taking publishers. So we're not just like going to buy up all of Ubisoft. But there are some weird situations where the developer is also the publisher. In those instances, we'll mostly allow that for AAA because it gets a little bit muddy there. And yeah, I think that's about it. Is there anything I'm forgetting?
Nope.
Dope. Dope, dope, dope. Oh, also, fun tidbit. We're not going in any order for like so we don't have to go three triple A's first and then three double A's and then three indies and then two revivals. Any order you want to pick. So it really becomes like this meta game of like me going, what do I think Loon will pick? Let me go ahead and grab
Yeah.
that so he doesn't have the opportunity to get it. So it's you want to be strategic here. This is gonna be funny shit, man. Um how should we go about? You know what, Loon? You get first pick. You'll get first pick in this one. I'll get first prediction next week.
That sounds good. You're gonna regret this, but Volition is a revival. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I know that was one of the two that you had on your top list. I know what the other one
dude,
is, but I won't
that
take that one. I'll be respectful because I've just done you dirty.
oh my God, Saints Row developer obviously
Yep.
shut down last year after the abomination that was the Saints Row reboot. Had a really good core gameplay loop in that game, but man, oh man, did it missed the mark tonally. So you bringing back the old crew, the old staff, getting Saints Row back to where it belongs, or you putting them on a new
Yeah.
project?
No, no, we're getting Saints Row back to where it should be, and that is Saints Row 2/3.
That hurts me so bad. I wanted them. I wanted them so bad. All right. So I'm going over here. Shit, Loon. That hurts.
I
I
know, and it's this because obviously that was like a ripping the rug out of you moment, but this leaves the door open for you to do the exact same thing to me in any of these other categories.
Loon, I think I'm gonna have to. I don't know. this is all strategic at this point. We're going for blood at this point. This would not be my first pick, but I got to take them from you. I have a feeling you would pick them. CDPR,
Oh, Gwen,
developer of the
Witcher.
Witcher, Cyberpunk, obviously. I, I for me, I mean, they definitely would be in my top,
That was my
upper.
number one pick for AAA.
Was it?
Yeah.
Nice. And that's the weird thing of like developer, also publisher. So it's you, we're having fun. Who really gives a shit? But we're trying to make it to where we're not taking like all of fucking Take Two or all of Embracer. Like that's kind of the idea of not just drafting a bunch of teams under one conglomerate. But CDPR, yeah. I mean, I really do think that under the right conditions, Cyberpunk 2077 could have been like GTA 5 level
Mm.
of success. I mean, I remember people after that E3, I don't know if you remember this. I think it was E3 2019 where they showed a behind closed doors preview of Cyberpunk 2077, and that no one was able to go hands on, but like the developer was playing it, and
Yeah.
every single reporter after that preview event was like, "This could be the greatest game ever made." Like I think people forget how hyped Cyberpunk
Yeah.
2077 was. So
And how
with
much powerful a piece of sliced gameplay is, supposedly.
yeah,
The whole Watch Dogs thing.
100%. But I think given my infinite wealth in this unreal scenario we're trying to paint here, I would try to just give them all the budget, all the time in the world to really fulfill, which I think they got close to with Phantom Liberty, but Cyberpunk 2078, we're getting that bitch the way it should be. What up, kitty? What you got your next pick on, man?
Oh, so many I'd like to grab. Um, Surely they class as a AAA Obsidian, right?
Yeah, good pick.
Obsidian. Because I would be straight on the phone to Sega and being like, "We need Alpha Protocol right the hell now."
And you would stab a spear through my heart if I saw Alpha Protocol 2 release under your team and not under mine. Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
pick. Grounded, Pentiment, that's in the smaller scale, but then you got
Oh,
your
no. Pillars, my boy. Pillars free as well. We would
yeah,
finally get Pillars free under that. That would be top priority, and uh, yeah, Alpha Protocol would be solid second place.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying though. You go from Grounded and Pentiment to your Pillars, to your Outer Worlds, to your New Vegas, to your Alpha Protocol, to your, Knights of the Old Republic, to like just that is such a talented team, able to kind of do anything. Um, Golly. So I'm looking over my possible picks, and I really don't want to waste a pick on something that you won't pick. So that's really where I'm struggling at right now.
That's
I'm not
why I'm
even,
completely leaving indie because the indies I've got chosen, you will not choose. You may choose one of them. There's no you. It's impossible. You will not choose these other five I've got drafted.
I don't think you'll choose. There's one on here I think you might choose of mine, and I'm very worried you will because they're my number one indie that I want.
Mind
Um,
games.
ah, very much so. Dude, you know what? I'm gonna go with a heart pick. I'm gonna try to quit strategizing so much.
That's
Uh,
me.
That's you. That's you. I'm sorry.
Sabotage.
I'm going with a heart pick here. Asobo, the Plague Tale team. Plague
Yeah.
Tale, you're talking Flight Sim and Plague Tale, incredibly versatile studio capable of making, seemingly anything. And I think Plague Tale is about as good of a story as anything I've ever played in the video game space. So I'm just gonna fund the shit out of their next narrative adventure. But in my realistic scenario here that I'm trying to set up in my brain of me getting somehow inheriting Jeff Bezos's life insurance plan, I I got to figure out how to sustain my publishing outfit because right now, CDPR definitely they make some bank, but I gotta get some more money generated in here as well, not just all critical darling. So I got to think about that for later on. What's your second pick, my friend?
I think it's your number one indie, and that'll be Team Cherry.
Oh, not mine.
Not yours?
No, you good. You good.
What on earth would be?
I
Yeah,
struggle I struggle with my indie because I'm not 100% sure that it would even classify as an indie.
it's got to be Sifu's developer, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and knock them off the board.
I mean, I wouldn't have taken them anyway, so that's
Okay,
fine.
perfect. Perfect. Do you think
I don't
that's
even know what
indie?
I don't know what they're called.
Slow clap, right?
Oh, okay.
Is that indie?
Yeah.
Is Sifu indie?
Uh,
That's tough, right?
I think it would classify as it.
I mean, if we're doing like specific terminology, it's indie because they are an independent studio, but in that terminology, Larian is also an independent studio. So it's like we obviously know what we mean by indie.
Yeah, it's also they're on a much. Obviously, they got a lot of traction with the game, but they had a much smaller budget.
Yeah.
So it's just the balancing act of that.
And I mean, it's kind of the same thing with Team Cherry taking a Microsoft for a Game Pass bag from Microsoft. Slow Clap took a PlayStation bag from Sony
Yeah,
for that day one title. So it's like an indie team that kind of can stretch and mold and be a little bit bigger if need be, produce something that looks a little bit of a double A-ish ilk. Once again, you can argue the some semantics. Is that how you say
yeah,
that? Okay,
yeah. Semantics.
short bus. All right, so um,
I'll be kind of you because you had to kind of be forced to pick that. You can choose another.
no, 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 hell no, no,
No.
absolutely
Oh.
not.
Um.
Your double A spot is blank. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think you'll choose any of mine.
I think 100% you'll choose one of mine.
What for double A or triple A?
Double A. I'm really worried about it.
Uh, is it the one that we agreed on?
I'm not talking anymore.
Hmm. I think we agreed before that Remedy fits into that bill, so I'm gonna go with Remedy.
I'm fine with that. That's not who I was talking about. But that is a fantastic pick. Fantastic,
And obviously
fantastic pick.
this echoes again, you could argue that they're triple A, but
It's just fun for the games, the sake of the game to have them in different categories.
yeah, and also like it's only been what Control that really took off for them. Everything else really flew under the radar and had a lot smaller budgets and stuff like that
Well,
for the most part.
they say Control had a $50 million budget. I would consider that like low realm of AAA or
Yeah,
high
okay.
realm of
Yeah.
double A.
No, in this day and age, yeah, that would fall in the realm of a lot of double A's now.
Lone, I gotta go ahead and grab this team before you do. I'm taking Spiders. Greedfall.
Oh, you buff.
I need that Greedfall. Greedfall 2. I need it. I need Greedfall 3. I think that in terms of we talked about it on the pod, but in terms of scratching that BioWare itch, I just no team has been able to do it like Spiders, and I would imagine that some real funding would go a long way with. And that's the thing is these double A teams, like it doesn't necessarily mean that they stay double A once they come into our sphere, you know?
You start siphoning budget.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Spiders as a triple A.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
that
could
would be
see it.
something. That would
Imagine,
be something.
yeah, imagine Greedfall with 30 million extra dollars on that budget. A little bit more weighty combat, actually feel like you make some impact when you hit when you hit an enemy.
Oh. Uh, Triple A Larian.
There you go. I mean, that's a tough one too. We talked about where it's like, where the hell do you throw these guys? They've kind of been a little bit of all of these tiers.
I if they didn't release Baldur's Gate 3, they would easily sit in that double A category. That really did propel them to an established. When you have AAA studios scared of you, you're in their realm.
Yeah.
So absolutely AAA.
1000%. What a pick,
And
you
I'm
know.
I'm building the greatest CRPG collection known to man.
No shit.
I just
No
need one
shit.
more.
Oh, dude.
You don't know their names, so you're not picking them.
I I got another spin-off game that we can tie to this later on. Uh, that's the thing. You and I, when we start brainstorming shit, we can come up with
I
thousands
can
of
already. I'm
damn.
gonna get. It would be what would you place them on as a project?
The project.
Yeah,
That is crazy that you, dude, that's crazy that you knew exactly where my brain was going. But let's save it. Let's not even talk about it. We'll save it for a different video.
because you can save this draft and then we can boot this
Yeah.
up in another week. Yep, I'm
Yes.
all for that. All for
So
that.
sick. Loon. I'm sa-
Don't you
I'm
do it?
I'm gonna save my AAA. There's one that like I have to have just from a financial standpoint. I know that doesn't matter at all. We don't have to fucking, but I'm so damn, my brain is so so I'm not gonna take them yet. I have a revival that I have to take that I don't think, you know what? I don't think you'll take this, but just in case, my first revival off the board, gonna be United Front,
Yeah,
makers of Sleeping Dogs.
yeah. I
Was
wasn't
that
gonna say that was the first one we was talking about. I knew. So that was the first I looked over to that shop and I was like, "Oh, Sleeping Dogs," and I was like, "No, I can't do
they
that. I
can't take
can't.
that
I
from me?
can't do that."
Yeah, I mean that's one of my favorite games ever. It's just, and to get that team back together, that initial ensemble of creators, get them to work on something, not something in that realm again. Maybe not necessarily Sleeping Dogs 2. Tune into the sequel, the part 2 to this video to find out where I place United Front. But yeah, we
They make a
gotta.
kart racer.
Yeah, yeah, they get demoted from AAA to indie. All right, you're on the clock, my friend.
I can't run the risk of you grabbing this. I don't think you will, but Owlcat for doubling. I just need that. I need the trio.
Oh yeah, you're
Need
good.
my trio.
And that's OWLCAT.
Yep.
Okay. Owlcat, the makers of Path.
Pathfinder.
Yep. So you got, I mean, you got Pillars, you got Baldur's
Divinity.
Gate, Divinity, Pathfinder. Yeah, you
Rogue Trader. I'm set. I am set.
loaded. Loaded like a freight train. Um, so my triple A's, I almost think I'm totally safe with my triple A's across the board. But I don't know that. And so it's like, why the hell am I even?
Eh,
I feel like we have somewhat different enough taste where I'm almost safe with my triple A's.
two. I think one you would be very, very foolish not to grab,
No.
and the other one we both really enjoy their games. So it
Shit.
may be one that I pick, but I'm
All
not
right, all
100%
right,
banking
all
on it.
right, all right. I don't care. Even this is a bad pick, but I can't let you have them. Go on BioWare. Was that one of yours?
They didn't even make my list because of
Oh.
because of the state that they're in at the
I get
moment.
it.
I wouldn't want them.
I know. Dude, I was thinking the same thing, and that's why I took Spiders because I was like, I'm not gonna take BioWare. But then
Spiders can show BioWare how to make games again.
but
Perfect.
but then when you were like a team that we both really love their games, and I, I mean, obviously there's more. Fuck, that's a bad pick. That's a bad pick, man.
Mind game.
Oh, you got
I don't
yeah.
know. To be fair though, that state are they more of a publisher? I'm gonna choose Capcom.
Oh,
What would that fall under? Like
that's
who
tough.
made how would you break down the people who made Resident Evil? I would want them.
Yeah, the Resident Evil team. That
Is there like a specific
it's a lot of those
Capcom
the Japan
team
the
who made Resident Evil?
yeah, a lot of the Japanese publishers they don't really highlight the specific teams. And then there's multiple
We'll,
different
we'll put it
teams.
we'll put it in parentheses then. It's Capcom, but the Resident Evil
Yeah, because
team.
they call it
So I can't be like, yeah, and Devil May Cry, and like it.
right. Yeah, because they call it Capcom Production Studio 4. Yeah, we'll go
Capcom,
Capcom.
man.
The
See this? No, but that's perfect. That's why they have a leg up on Square Enix. They just number their studios and just let them do their thing.
brutal.
Number four, make eighth game. There you go. Boom.
I think that's fair though to do Resident Evil team. But the thing is, I think a lot of those teams also go on to work on
Yeah.
but we'll do Resident Evil team, meaning that like that's the you're getting a specific cut of Capcom and you get Resident Evil,
I
the
get the
IP.
entire RE catalog.
Yeah, the entire
So
RE catalog, and you can put that team on anything you want.
I'll put them on a great multiplayer spin-off to get them live service numbers and the rest.
Dude, I hate to do this for my AAA. Man, I really screwed the pooch with taking BioWare. I gotta go. I gotta go 2K Sports. Man, oh man. But I gotta have something that generates me cash. And I got my NBA 2K, and it's also the thing where I can pursue the NFL license once the EA exclusive agreement runs out in like I think 7 years or something like that. I can pursue the NFL to get back into the simulation football space. We got the top spin back. We got I assume at
Oh,
some
that's
point
doing awful. You can have that.
we got hey, and also something I'm super passionate about. I think that WWE 2K would fall under this umbrella as well. So I could that's something I'm passionate about. I could kind of muscle my way in there and be like, hey, let's make some branching storyline paths that actually matter a little bit more in these career modes, which they do okay job with, but yeah. Not a heart pick, I gotta admit.
Oh God. My heart picks have kind of come back to bite me in the arse in them triple A's as well, though, to be fair.
You think so?
Well, yeah, you think so. We both picked our free triple A's, so there's no more like you think FromSoft didn't get grabbed. Anything Ubisoft related
Oh,
didn't get grabbed.
the Ubisoft's a tough one though, because it's like you have
I
the
would take I would take Odyssey's team.
so that would be Montreal or what? No,
This was just one of them.
yeah,
Quebec or whatever the hell it is.
yeah,
Like that's like 850 million people.
that is true. I think mine might be massive out of all of them at this point. The Avatar, Division, and the Star Wars
Yeah,
Outlaws.
we didn't pay because Atlas falls under that.
Yep.
That's a massive one. Platinum, I think, would probably fall under that.
Rockstar,
Rockstar.
Naughty Dog,
Mm. Oh my God,
Insomniac,
Santa Monica.
Respawn. Dude, yeah,
And
we
this is why we're not heads of these big corporations because we would be on the
absolutely.
fence to the complete wrong people.
We'll have to do this again and not be able to like we'll have to like X out these teams where we can't take them. And
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh God, double A. Um, what do I have as double
You
A?
have Remedy
I
and
have Remedy and
Owlcat.
Owlcat. Yeah, I need a Souls developer in there. Give me Deck 13,
That's
the
s-
Surge, and the original Lords of the Fallen. Now,
Dex
as much as the original, the new Lords of the Fallen has slowly won its way back into my heart, I don't think I can give them the spot.
Deck 13 over Team Ninja, huh?
Yeah, I really like Neo and everything don't really do anything for me.
Okay.
I tried to get into Wolong and just couldn't click with that either, really. It's the loot vomit. It's the
Right.
funny thing because I trumpet, I want loot, and then they're like, okay, here's like 17 variations of the same wooden sword, and it's like, okay, guys, it's a little bit overkill.
Yeah, I'm looking at my roster here, dude. I gotta get some more. I gotta get some more cash cows into into the mix. I and this isn't just a cash cow. This is also really passionate. So this feels good. You wouldn't take it, and so I'm wasting a pick essentially. No, 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 no. What am I doing? I can save that for the final pick, and you won't take it. Um.
No, sabotage yourself. What are you talking about?
Oh. All right, Loon. I'm gonna because it doesn't really matter. Neither of us have any AAA studios left, so I'm gonna ask you this, and you don't have any AA, so you can't take it anyway. Uh,
Yeah,
is Tango, Evil Within, Ghostwire, Hi-Fi Rush, are they AA or AAA? I
I
would say like
think they would. It's so difficult. They've run the line between the both. Because the way I think of when I like categorize a double A is they would have to seek funding to complete their project. And because they're under that Bethesda
Bethesda.
umbrella, they don't have to have that worry, unfortunately.
Yeah. True, true. Okay. Um,
But a really good shout. Man, how I
yeah.
would kill for the evil Vinfrey.
You know what? Wow, this is difficult, man.
I love how
I
we've just completely ignored the indies. We got our one out of the way and was like, yeah, that'd be enough.
Yeah, because you're gonna go in a direction, I'm gonna go in a direction. Neither of
Mm,
them's gonna be the same direction. Uh, yeah, okay, okay, whatever. I'm gonna do this. This is a heart pick. I'm gonna go Flying Wild Hog. Uh, for for my double
really
A.
thought you would go, don't nod.
Dude, that was I was so close because of variety.
Mm.
You can crank out those adventure games on almost a biannual cadence, take a little bit longer on your premier banishers and vampire style games. Good variety. Flying Wild Hog. I mean, Flying Wild Hog in terms of prolific developers, dude, Shadow Warrior and
I
uh
didn't even know they did Shadow Warrior, I won't lie. I thought they'd
yes,
only touched Evil West.
no, Shadow Warrior and Evil West both Shadow Warrior 3 and Evil West both came out in the same year. Super like efficient team. But yeah, we'll give them some more funding and maybe once again bump them up into the double or into the triple A space. Take them up the ladder a little bit.
Revival. Because like you said,
Oh
we're gonna be going in completely different directions for indie.
yeah.
My heart wept this year upon hearing about the studio closure of Piranha Bytes.
Mm, I'm probably spelling this all wrong. Oh no, I think I'm right. Is that the right way to spell piranha?
I don't know.
Holy
I wrote
shit.
PB.
Wow, look at that. Fucking genius. All right. Um,
I think they spell
yeah.
it differently as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's fun. We know what that is. Yeah, just a really big kick in the teeth. Another
Yeah.
fucking Embracer L. Not.
Hey, back to back. We both took two teams away from Embracer.
Oh. Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Flying,
Yeah, didn't even
yeah.
think of that. Man, we're saviors.
Dude, that could actually be a whole video. Drafting Embracers teams. They got so many. Um, yeah, Piranha Bytes. I mean, Elix, Gothic. What else? There was another one. Risen, right?
Risen,
Yeah,
Risen. I
yeah.
think that they're supposedly still making Elix sequel, though,
Oh, okay.
apparently. But the guy that headed it is obviously not going to be there anymore. So it's like, because I really don't like the direction of that new Gothic game. That looks really worrying. Is all I'll say.
Let me ask you this, Loon. Roll 7 literally just closed up shop. So could I just scoop them up under Indy, or would I have to revive them first? They still got to be somewhat functional over there under Private Division. Could I?
Um, yeah, the wick of the candle is not cool just yet.
I'll
You can
take
have
Roll
that.
7. The makers of Ollie Ollie World and Rollerdrome. Once again, in terms of prolific developers, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Teams who can, crank out some content on a pretty regular cadence. And yeah, I just thought Rollerdrome was spectacular and would love to fund them on a bigger project or, similar scale project, but a little bit more funding for them to achieve exactly what they want with that next one. Now you were down.
So a minor cheat here
Hit me.
because these two come hand in hand, and I they have to come together. It's just they work in partnership so closely, and that is Edmund McMillan and Team Nicholas. Because I'm fairly certain he either owns that team or he has like a massive stake in that team. And so who this is the mind behind the Binding of Isaac,
Mm,
Super Meat Boy. So yeah, it's so Nicholas is Nicholas, Team Nicholas,
nice. Nice,
and
nice.
yeah, that team has such legs to keep a roguelike alive for as long as they have. Like it was one of the original Flash games, that original Binding of Isaac, and it only just got like a new re-release like 2 years ago to get a bunch of new content to keep that like this. It's got so much longevity.
Oh, so you're down to only one indie left,
Yeah.
and I'm down to an indie and a revival. Okay. I am going to go with this is maybe going to be the weirdest statement ever, which I guess you kind of did the same thing. Sam Barlow, I'm acquiring a human.
I want him.
I want him. I want that brain. Creator of Immortality, Her Story, those FMV style games. I just think his creative instinct is interesting. Like I think what he sees in the world and what he's able to like transport that vision into game form, I think is just really odd. And
Mm.
so if I could, have a part in just even seeing some behind the scenes of how that dude operates, what goes into his mental space and how it comes out, and just if I could give him some cash to go and create that without having to worry about it, yeah, definitely be down to do that.
So that's all your indies, right?
Yep, I
So
only
I can
have
kind
one
of
revival.
rattle off like my list that I had left over.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what made my list, and these aren't going to be the picks, I'll announce the pick at the end, is for well, maybe Scar Studios, Salt and Sanctuary developers, Salt and Sacrifice, Dishwasher Samurai, I think was the other thing they did, and Charlie Murder, I think. Really cool, unique art style. Really big fan of like the Salt games. Can't wait for that second game to finally be available on Xbox. Um, Stoic Games, I think is the name of them. People behind the Banner Saga.
Ooh, good pick.
Completely underrated game. Like you're
Totally.
talking about some of the greatest storytelling, and then like I'm a sucker for trilogies. So you're telling me like things I did in the first game get carried all the way over to the third game. That's crazy that they did that on an indie budget and made the characters compelling in the art style and the combat the way it was and stuff like that is yeah really really cool. Uh, the third one that didn't make it before I announce who did, Cradle Games, Hellpoint, mentioned them last week. I think they've only made that one game, but it if they could get like even just a smidge more budget, like they have something cooking there over at that studio. If they could have
Nice.
the budget behind like Mortal Shell level, and take that next step, that's incredible. But I don't know if this is the people who met. These were one of the people, like a triple, like a triangle thing. But I'll take the first name that was listed, and that's Twice Different, is what they're called. And what I'm choosing them for is a game called Ring of Pain. Oh my God, that game is incredible. And not just that, I would go as far to say it's closest to the perfect game that you could get in that style.
What style of
Like,
game is it?
so it's a card game, but it's a dungeon crawling card game. So how it works is you have two front-facing cards like this, and you have to interact with one of them to do your next turn. So you can move, but if you move and there's an enemy, you will take damage and stuff. And you have at the very bottom of the screen you have items that you build. So you're building so you can have like you could have something like a hammer that could freeze somebody and stuff like that. And the reason I say it's perfect is because it's all done by memory and the creatures don't like change the stats and stuff. So once you know what you need and what you should be doing, you're the only it's the same thing with some people saying like you're to blame for your mess ups in a Souls game.
Hmm.
Uh, there's a little bit of wiggle room there. For Ring of Pain, it really is like you're choosing it's you. Like very,
Nice.
very, like very, very, very few times will you die out of your control.
Fuck yeah. So
So
Twice
damn good.
Different. That's your final pick.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going back to this is a heart pick and
EA big,
a
yeah.
money pick. Get me back NFL Street, NBA Street, all of that good shit. FIFA, I think
Such a
they had
good
a,
get.
yeah, yeah,
I
dude.
think they did a FIFA Street game, it
I
might have
believe
been,
so.
was
I
who they
believe
did
so.
that.
I
And
think,
that was a fucking massive hit over here. FIFA Street, the
yeah.
original.
Those NBA streets were huge. The NFL streets were huge. The FIFA, yeah. So some big money to be made by reviving EA Big. Got to be honest. There's a financial incentive with this pick, but also I loved those games back in the day. NFL Street and NBA Street were just, I mean, we played those so much. So to see that come back, I think it's about time for it to come back. And
I think you
we'll
smoke me on this.
no. I don't think so. I mean, BioWare, I think is my
Was a
big,
wobble, yeah. But
yeah.
that you have so much sport catalog. They sell like okay.
Oh, well, in terms of money, yeah, but it's
Yeah.
that's just silly. Like I just added that in for a goof. But in terms of creativity, I don't know. I think we both have a pretty creative team.
Mm.
Some weirdo shit like Sam Barlow's games and Roll Seven, and then on your end you
What's
have.
what's
Go ahead.
crazy is because you never said you were gonna choose Team Cherry. So we had literally three completely different indie picks.
Yep. Yeah, I
That's
think
mad.
the only thing we probably had that was really similar would be United Front, CDPR,
Volition.
Volition, Remedy, yeah, Obsidian. Okay, yeah, we did have quite a few. We did have quite a few for sure. But that, my friends, is the draft. Loon's team is as follows. For his AAA picks, he has Obsidian, Larian, and Capcom, the Resident Evil division. For his AA, he has Remedy, Owlcat, and Deck 13. For his indies, he has Team Cherry, Ed McMillan, and Team Nicholas. He has, for his third pick, Twice Different. For his revival selection, he has Volition and Piranha Bytes. For my AAA, I have CDPR, BioWare, and 2K Sports. My AA, I have Asobo, Spiders, and Flying Wild Hog. For my indie, I have Slow Clap, Roll 7, and Sam Barlow. I think it's Half Mermaid or something as the kind of
Mm.
and
No, you're only getting Sam. You're only getting Sam.
my revival picks are United Front and EA Big. How you feeling, Loon?
Yeah, no, even if I could just I would be so enamored just to have like the free CRPG developers. My
Yeah.
God. So just this, I wouldn't even want input, just to sit there and watch them
Just
build what they build and just be like, man, do what you like.
yeah.
Sven, I love you, my man.
Yeah. You're a fucking
Let me
trillionaire.
wear
Just
your let me wear your suit of armor, please.
absolutely. Shit, yeah, dude. Yeah, this we could run this back 100 times. This would be really fun. We gotta before we do another draft though, we gotta put these teams on projects. That'll be fun. But people,
A Sam Lake dance revolution. There you go.
it seems like that's what Alan Wake 2 is.
Oh,
People, we appreciate you for tuning in. Let us know down in the comments below what you would pick for your selections when drafting a developer team. We always love seeing the comments with your selections, with what you think would be the right input, output, left foot, right foot, red fish, blue fish. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.